For years, we've all kind of relied on these static dashboards, right? Just waiting for someone to notice a weird trend or, worse, an error. But what if your data platform could actually think for itself? Well, today, we're diving into a massive tech pivot, the jump from old-school reactive business intelligence to a proactive agentic GenBI platform. So let's get into what that really means.
And this slide, this really says it all. Over on the left, you've got the world we know, reactive BI. It's you playing data detective, manually hunting for clues, which is slow and frustrating. But on the right, that's Agentic BI. It's a whole new ballgame. We're talking automated auditing, where the system is your partner, proactively bringing insights right to you, practically in real time.
We're actually going to unpack this whole thing across a three-part series. Right now, you're in part 1, where we're looking at the big picture, the strategy, and more importantly, the incredible business results. Then in part 2, we'll get our hands dirty with the data foundation. And in part 3, we'll pop the hood on the AI brain to see how the magic really happens. So what is this solution at its core? Well, think of it as an autonomous watchdog for your business. It's like having a super smart guard that never sleeps, constantly watching your data. This completely frees up your team to think about strategy instead of getting bogged down in endless manual checks. Okay, so what does this autonomous watchdog actually do? It's an AI agent with a really simple but powerful three-part job. First, it's constantly auditing your data warehouse. Second, when it spots something weird, like, say, a sudden nosedive in your profit margin, it reasons over the data to figure out the root cause. And third, it gives you a strategic recommendation. It doesn't just tell you there's a fire, it tells you how to put it out. So, let's follow the data for a second. The pipeline here is actually really elegant. You have raw data coming into Azure Synapse. Then, and this is key, dbt transforms it all into a clean, reliable semantic layer, which is basically your single source of truth. From there, a Python agent is constantly checking that clean data for any red flags. If it finds one, it sends just that anomaly to a large language model for the deep analysis. And finally, you get those actionable insights right in your UI.
Look, the architecture is impressive, no doubt, but this is where it gets really exciting. Let's talk about the proof, the tangible bottom-line business outcomes that show why this pivot to Agentic BI is such a huge deal.
So what does all this tech jargon actually mean for a business? What is the real-world impact of putting a system like this in place? Here is the first jaw-dropping number: an 80% reduction in LLM costs. Let that sink in. In a world where AI bills can easily get out of control, that is a massive win. And how they pulled this off? Well, it's pretty brilliant. Now here's the secret sauce behind that crazy cost saving. Instead of just dumping the entire raw database into the expensive AI brain, which would cost a fortune, the system uses dbt to pre-process and aggregate all the data first. This means only the most important, high-signal anomalies ever get sent to the AI. It's all about working smarter, not just harder. And the second game-changing outcome is just pure speed. Finding a critical problem, like your margins eroding, used to take a team of analysts days of digging. With this AI agent, the time it takes to get that same insight goes from days to seconds. That's not just an improvement, that's a whole new reality.
So let's just quickly recap the key outcomes here. You get 100% accuracy because the hard-coded business logic prevents the AI from making math mistakes. You get huge cost efficiency with that 80% cut in LLM spending. You get insane proactive speed, going from days to seconds. And of course, the whole thing is wrapped in enterprise-grade security. It's really the complete package.
So, we've seen the incredible results, which brings up the obvious next question. How on earth do you actually build this thing? Well, that's exactly what we're going to cover in part 2, where we dive into the most important piece of the puzzle, the data foundation.
Because really, the key to making this entire system work and making it trustworthy is building that rock-solid single source of truth, the one that prevents AI math hallucinations. So if you want to see exactly how that's done, make sure you join us for part 2. We're going to go deep on Azure and dbt and show you how that foundation gets built. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.